Well, hello again. I am back to talk about the real estate market here in Austin, Texas. And if you don't know who I am already, I'm Brendan Sanford with Keller Williams, and I'm going to go into a lot of information to help you understand, either as a homeowner, a buyer, or seller, of what the heck is happening with our market, right? You want to know what's happening this most recent month, not last year, not 3 months ago, not what the news is saying, but what is truly happening right now. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to share my screen with you and have you follow along. And I want you to understand that I pulled all this information directly from our MLS, okay? Everything that you see right here, these are our graphs and data. So instead of going one by one and it gets a little boring, then let's just go straight into the summary, okay? So follow along with me. First of all, homes are selling 5.9% faster compared to May of 2019. Now, I want you to understand it's, it's a normal trend because last year we're at 17 days on the market, the year before 16 days on the market. So it kind of makes sense. We're going to summertime, so it is a normal trend, and that's fantastic. We are seeing that the number of new listings are down by 16.8% compared to May of 2019, or 798 listings less. That is better than last month's percentage because we were a little over 20%. And so now we're at 16.8, which means it's not that far of a difference as it was before. And I want you to kind of understand that we're only 5 days short of May 2019 inventory. So is that good or bad? You make the decision, okay? So I don't think anybody knows that answer, but we're only 5 days short. Now, when it comes to close price to list price ratio, so again, hey, a seller wanted $400,000. Did they close at $400,000? Well, we're at 99.6%. So this is the same as the previous year, which we did fantastic. That's great news. We are also seeing that the median list price increased 8.3% compared to May 2019. So what does that mean? That means, hey, if you're a seller, you're going to list your home 8.3% higher than last year, and you're going to close within 99.6% of what you're asking. Man, you're going to get a higher price than you did last year, for sure. You're going to net more money. We are also seeing that the median sales price went up 0.08% or to $330,000. And if you compare that to May of 2019, you are seeing that it's that small increase, although not much, is still high. So that means as a buyer, you're going to be paying a little bit more for that median sales price around the Austin metro area. Now, when it comes to your reduction of active listings, that reduced by 25.9%. So what do we mean by that? So we know that this last May of 2020, we're at 6,192 listings, and the year before we're at 8,355 active listings. So there's less inventory on the market. So let's talk about closed sales. We are seeing that there's a reduction by 39.2%, that we're down compared to May of 2019. Now this makes sense. So if we look at all this information we just spoke about and reviewed, we have a reduction in new listings, a reduction in active listings, which equals a reduction of closed sales. Because if you don't have this inventory in order to close, then you're not going to have a high closed sale percentage. So everything just kind of makes sense. So let's go into the conclusion. Business is still happening, buyers are still buying, and sellers are still selling. And if you're a seller, you're going to be seeing and getting a higher price compared to May 2019. And you will be selling your homes quickly compared to last year as well. You will see that you're closing close to asking price, which we mentioned earlier, and you're going to be listing your homes higher for a higher price. And lastly, you will be seeing your home value increased, and that's compared to 2019. And I put a little asterisk in this last one because not every area in Austin is going to reflect these numbers, right? So if your area previously had some difficulties in selling or attracting buyers, then expect you're going to have a lower buyer turnout or traffic. And your realtor is going to be able to identify these areas and help you as either a homeowner, a buyer, or seller really understand the neighborhood and the trends. So what if you are a buyer? Then you need to understand that prices are not coming down. That's what May just showed us. Expect to see an increase in your list price due to the limited inventory. But it is still a good time to purchase and buy a home because your extreme competition and your buyer pool has reduced. Not low enough to where it's below your listing inventory, but it is definitely lower than what it was and what we saw before COVID. So you will potentially be able to gain and purchase that home versus having 30 multiple offers, which no joke occurred right before COVID. So you may also benefit from larger incentives with new construction properties, but definitely have your real estate agent help you negotiate that. If you just walk in the door or call, they're not going to be providing those incentives. You know, the buyer or the new construction agent is helping their sales and their profits, not you. And let's see, where did I leave off? You should expect to pay close to market price, definitely, since the buyer demand is still greater than active listings. So, and multiple offers is still possible, just not as much as before. You will benefit from lower interest rates, and which of course equals to lower payments. So COVID is still happening. It's still impacting inventory, which is going to keep your prices higher and your values up and demand strong. So if you have any questions about what we went over, feel free to reach out. This is my information. We're always here to answer any kind of questions that you have. You have a wonderful day. Until next time, we'll see you soon.